I live in a wooded area, and inside of a wooded area dwells many things that are not me. Animals. I mean, that makes sense? We in our home possess a few animals, which include a horse, 2 dogs, and we sometimes pretend that we have a cat, because no one owns a cat. In fact, he's not even here right now. I actually just don't know when he's gonna come back. So if you guys could just do me a favor and stop making fun of me for my emotions, that would go a long way to help. What was it talking about? And there's also probably a couple hundred mice in our home as well. I'm just guessing. Probably not. I'm joking. Mother, I would have no context for that number. I completely made it up. I have no idea whether or not it's true. In fact, it's probably not, because if there were a couple hundred mice, I'd probably notice. This is besides the point, although I did find some kind of turd next to my computer. But you see, the thing is that one of the dogs we own, he's small, and you have to take him for the walks, or else he'll do that stuff in your home. I hope I don't have to clarify what that stuff is. Poop, pee, maybe throw up. Just being honest with you guys. And normally my family's pretty consistent about pawning this job off on my mother. It's her dog after all. We just face cuddle with it. That's weird. But you see, my mother is a strong working woman. Love you. And strong working women work at work. And so sometimes I end up walking the dog, which is no trouble to me. Get to go out in the sunshine. It doesn't melt me, by the way. I know I spend a lot of time downstairs in the basement looking at the computer, but sunlight is okay with me. We buds. So I was out walking the small dog, and the big dog, which is the other dog, came with me. And, things were going okay. But as I was walking by, I guess I heard a sheep baying. Now, I know I led into the story by telling you that we live in the woods, and in the woods live animals, but the animals that live in the woods are normally not sheep. Normally. So obviously I was curious as to what could have been making the noise, assuming for a second that it was not a sheep. And I look to my right and I see the big dog chasing not a sheep, but a deer that was baying like a sheep. And you know what comes with a little sheep deer? Big deer. Aware of this fact, I was probably trying to get the dog away from the deer. I just wasn't trying very hard. And for a little bit, the big deer did not show up. Honestly, I was kind of judging its parenting. And my dog was like this far away from the deer. But then guess who showed up? Amma. She actually stopped for a second and listened for her child. After hearing it scream in terror, she ran off to go find it. Now keep in mind that the baby deer and the dog that was chasing it and the mother that ran after it were all in the woods at this point. And although I may look it, I'm not Superman, and so I really can't see through objects very well. I'm working on it. All I know is that in a little bit, my dog ran out, mostly deerless, if I remember correctly. Translation, she no died. She K. Happy Tuesday. And at the end, subscribe. Is that funny? I thought it might be, but I wasn't sure.